Hold on. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Of course, we lost everybody else. It's just us now. It would have been nice if we had some iced tea, though.
What?
If we had iced tea, we could have had iced tea.
Oh, yeah.
But we didn't.
Where's the dog service in this joint?
Yeah, we didn't think that far. It took us a long time just to get this organized.
We'll have that. We'll have iced tea by next.
I think we should call this tea time.
Cocktail hour.
Well, I'd love to have cocktail hour.
Snack time.
Yeah,
Oh, did anybody bring the mail?
well, that's
Some mail, but that wasn't the mail. Did we pick it up from the post box? No. Right, I go get it.
Mike could go get it. Mike, do you want to jump on the golf cart?
Yeah.
I don't know where the golf cart is.
It's over down over there.
Yeah, seems we are sitting down for.
A breeze, Carly.
Yeah.
It's not bad like under here.
This is the tent. Would love to have that be not a tarp that holds water, but that's me.
She's going home tomorrow. I think she did good dollar.
Can everyone hear okay?
Yes.
I think dollar did good.
Oh, sorry, you didn't mean us.
Yeah, she
You guys.
ears are pretty good.
I was like, yeah, I'm all right, thanks. Do you know
Yeah.
something? This is really interesting. So Dr. Parrott came out because Dolly is going to her new house tomorrow. Are you paying
Yeah,
attention?
I am paying attention.
So, jolly good. So she's going to her new house tomorrow, and her Coggins, I checked last night, her Coggins says she's aged. At which point I thought 20 to 30, that sort of thing. So I had a discussion with people who are homing her, and I said, no, she's aged, but I said, I'll get the vet to check. She's 18 to 20.
She's 18 to 20?
18 to 20, but doesn't it show you what people think of being
Yeah.
aged? To me, that's still kind of sprightly. 18 to 20 for a donkey.
It is, because they live to be about 40.
Yeah.
I've had a 40.
Yeah. They told us at the sale, she ran through the sale and she was 7.
Close enough.
Close enough.
She's 18 to 20.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did they not get the line?
That's not the pregnant one. No. No. Probably would get rid of the pregnant problem. It's
Trouble
this-
hearing Elizabeth, that's not a bad thing.
Really? That's okay.
Yeah.
It's this little girl right behind you, Dolly.
Do you want to scoot in a little bit so I can get closer?
She looks like Winnie, but shorter.
It's all the chewing of the animals is
And
probably.
Winnie was the one I liked. Is Yes. that right?
Yeah.
And I've still got Winnie? Yes,
Yeah.
you've still got Winnie.
Winnie's the one that's pregnant.
Did they not get the brown in this?
There's Larkey and Jiminy.
The which one?
Did they not get lines through their teeth like horses or no?
No, they're a bit different. That's
Oh,
why
really?
that's
Ah.
why we have always have problems aging
Oh, that's
donkeys
weird.
and mules.
Okay, that makes
Mules are
sense.
really difficult.
I know that was weird because I was like, I didn't see a line on her teeth.
No. Oh, here comes Mavis. Look, strolling over. She's like, "Hello, everyone."
Oh, that's weird. Okay, so they don't get a line
No,
through their
their
teeth.
teeth age differently.
Okay, so they're not like horses.
No.
All right, I'm trying to stay close so that people can hear.
That's why it's quite difficult to age them. But when it said, when I was checking the Coggins and it said aged, I always think it's aged as like 30.
I always think horses being aged is like over 12.
Yeah, but as a donkey. So,
How,
you know,
how do they age them? Just by,
so he checks their teeth, but he does it with a donkey sort of scale.
is there a different, like,
Yeah, they just look different. They
Oh,
they
huh.
come down different.
that's weird.
So
I
she's.
sat in the middle so I could hear from both sides.
Do you want to squeeze in and talk a little
Stereo.
louder? People are saying that some people are having difficulty. Squeeze in, Elizabeth.
Oh, jeez. That means I have to get. Do you know, these tip back the way, so your
I
bottom
know.
goes all the way back.
I
Yeah,
know,
they're
I
hard to
think
get
it's
out
like
of.
that, yeah.
And then getting back out of them.
That's why they ended up down here.
So you can't get out of them.
So we checked the toy in the house, and that Larkey had earlier and Pasta had, and it's definitely a toy.
Okay.
Definitely a toy.
Oh, the one that they called me and said they had the remote.
Yes.
I went flying, thinking it was my chair remote.
Oh no!
Oh my God! I went flying out of that room, and it was a toy. Because did you see my jumper cable?
Why
Yeah.
did they unravel
I
them?
saw that.
Big, thick, heavy jumper cable.
Yeah.
Thread it through.
They did not. Those
It
are for
wasn't a
the
they.
he.
Pasta.
Pasta.
That's
In the
what
back of my
pasta's
car.
not.
Like the wires are
The
showing.
wires are. It'll still work because we'll just put all the wires back together.
We might get a nice shock
Nick
or
can,
something.
Nick can wrap them.
Well, yeah.
He's got the shrink wrap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can wrap them for you.
But the contact, you know,
Yeah.
you got to make sure you got contact all the
Yeah.
way through. That's the name of the game, not shrink
careful,
wrapping.
hopefully we don't get
No.
stuck doing that.
Okay.
Oh, that's bad.
Do you have Hilda?
Yes, anyone can come visit the animals here. Yes, that is true. We would love to have people come
And
and
the attorney round
scratch horses and brush these donkeys. They would love the attention.
We're looking for runners.
Yes,
I'm
and
looking for people to walk the donkeys around.
that would be nice too.
I'm gonna put
Yeah,
these right here.
Okay, sure.
but we definitely, all these donkeys love attention,
Put your hand up.
and sometimes it's hard to find enough time in the day for everything that needs to get done.
Oh no.
There we go.
Oh.
Mike, are you anxious to get hay?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm always anxious.
Mike's waiting to start the hay truck.
We're gonna hold on to those.
Okay, look.
What are those?
Stickers?
Carlene and crew, so glad you're happy with the outcome of the court case. It must be a huge relief. Did I miss something? Any rate.
Yeah, we're not. We settled.
I'd agree with you, but then we both be wrong. I've heard of that one before, but that's the truth.
Yes.
I didn't fall down. The floor needed a hug. If you're not supposed to eat at night, then why is there a light bulb in the fridge?
Very true.
Yeah?
Good point.
Enclosed is $1 for the fun fund,
Here.
and some doggy stickers for your jars. That's from Hilda,
Thank
who's
you.
been around since 2012.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
Perfect. Will I hold on to that to take back up?
For the swear
This
jars.
is an interesting thing about when a dog or horse gallops, they have one foot on the ground.
Huh.
Yeah.
Just like when we gallop, Carly.
Right. Right.
Slowly. Right?
I've seen you gallop. It's not pretty.
I never see, yeah. You're
It's
right.
called hopping.
Hopping. Oh, you're right. 1 foot on the ground.
It's best done
One
with one
foot
foot.
firmly planted
Yeah.
in midair.
If it's correct.
Best to keep one on the ground.
Yeah, maybe.
It arrived. Is this from Hilda?
Oh, no, this was from Hilda.
Oh, okay.
This was Hilda. It
Okay.
came.
Yay.
Thank you. The stickers look super.
This is from Rita. Mountain Brook, Alabama.
Alabama.
That's for the visiting project. That's Judy and
That's
me.
you.
Yes. You really need the name.
It's called Community Outreach Program.
Okay.
I'm sure we can
Well,
make
you know
up
what I
something
have to
good
do.
for it.
You know what I have to do by Monday is I have to really get everybody's mission statement.
I've got one.
Yeah, when we submitted the paperwork, we had a mission statement.
Okay, everybody.
And it was because your mission, it had to be, for the form, it had to be less than 250 characters. So I took the mission statement that the board came up with and I shrunk it down a little bit.
Okay,
basically
I
says
wanna
the same
look at it
thing.
and make sure it's right. 'Cause,
Okay.
Whatever the mission statement is, I'm going to kind of demand you do it.
Okay.
You said donkey. What about the donkey?
See, all that stuff, I'll have to, you know what, we'll have it for the next, what I wrote. But everybody put what they wanted in their mission statement. I got 5 mission statements and I had to summarize it in 250 letters or
Here I am
less.
for number 6.
Yeah, so you had a mission statement, handwritten in a writing that I could barely,
I added about 25 words.
yeah. So,
Animals, including but not limited to.
yeah, we can have, now that we've got it with the IRS, we could put it on the website. Oh, it's probably because I'm,
I somehow think that if you have a mission statement, you ought to be pursuing it.
that's what nonprofits are supposed to do. Yes, that's
Yes,
correct.
I
We
think
have a
that's
mission statement for ERN and we
Because
pursue
we have
it.
to change the mission
every
statement
day.
just a little to correct things. And we
Yeah.
want to make sure that
Yeah.
we are going to be doing what our mission statement says we're supposed to do.
Yeah, the mission statement says that we're welfare of the community, which is
That's your department.
that's your department.
Yes.
And that's the donkey derby department. And it also says stuff about veterans. That's going, and seniors.
And that's in
The
development.
welfare of veterans and seniors.
And we've got a specific group.
but it's just 250 characters or less.
But we can expand it on the website.
Yes, absolutely, and we should.
Oh,
Yes.
God forbid.
So we can hold you accountable.
Well, you know, this thing I have to write for the newspaper is supposed to be 400 words.
Oh,
And the one I have turned in for next week is 600.
it's really difficult losing words.
I know. The one coming in, it's very intense. I'm trying to make several points in it. It'll be interesting. Because I would try and have a training thing in that newspaper. And I've kind of tackled the problem of how come our #1 service dog was the youngest one we ever put out.
And that's a very interesting point.
Okay, so the second one, we were at a nursing home the other day, and a staff at the nursing home said, "Oh, I saw a dog like that the other day at my son's school."
Which dog was it?
It was one of ours, of course.
Really?
And he said it was with this girl, and she was walking down the hall, and then she kind of tripped like funny, and she fell on the dog, and the dog just stood there and held her up and helped her get back on her feet and then walked off again. Yes!
That's what they're supposed
That's
to
what
do.
she's supposed to do. But, you know, to have that happen, here's a kid that could not go to school because she kept falling down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
You know, now the dog has it all under control. And that dog, I gave up on. I mean, I got it trained obedience-wise and all that sort of thing, but I didn't know what to do for this kid because the kid doesn't have any normal sort of with normal symptoms.
Melvin, I think was the dog.
Melvin, yeah.
Someone just said Melvin.
Doesn't have a diagnosis. Children's Hospital doesn't know what's wrong or what's going to happen. So I just got the dog well trained and said, "Go
Try it.
see what happens." Yeah. So the dog fell into bed with her, and off they go. And that's almost happened with that Sandy down in Tennessee, where she had that extra dog that really wanted to go out with her every time she went out. And when I was there for only 3 days. I took the dog out with me and did what I wanted the dog to do with her. She's now walking without she had a dog and a crutch. She's now walking with two dogs.
Two dogs. I saw a picture of her yesterday.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a hell of a thing to figure somebody needs 2 service dogs. But she certainly does. And it's working. You know, and she can handle them.
Yes.
So,
What about doing a calendar this year?
Well, that's a good idea.
I already tackled the calendar problem with Mark, who was here today. Camera Mark.
Okay, I guess it's been solved.
I spoke to him about it because he is now retired and has not too much to do.
Oh, yeah.
So I put it to him about Meredith.
Okay.
So we're going to get together next week, and I'm going to drive around Meredith, and we're going to think about it.
Okay.
He immediately went to the whirly gig he has, and I didn't know whether.
What's the whirly gig?
Up in the air.
Oh, the drone. Yeah, yeah,
Drone.
yeah,
Oh, is
The
that
drone.
a joke?
I don't know whether we have to check with Tim to see whether he'd like that.
yeah.
But
Okay.
Tim was the one that kind of wants the calendar also. So
Yeah.
That's my progress on the calendar.
Mark is great at pictures. Yes, that's true. Somebody asked about the 2024 plan with veterans.
Yes.
So
So we have 2 people on our board who that's their area of expertise, and we're in discussion with a few VSO, Veteran Services Officers, and a phenomenal psychologist who actually works exclusively with veterans, who takes charge of wilderness retreats. And considering we're sitting on, what forest are we on?
Willowdale.
Willowdale Forest. This is the veterans.
That is,
Yeah.
Philadelphia. I
And
missed the other part.
so-
I only get every third word.
Okay.
And you get a lot of words.
I'll get the important words every third word.
There you
then.
go. Just
So,
go ahead.
so he would utilise here and will run wellness retreats with this as its hub, with Crazy Acres as the hub, but utilise Bradley Palmer and Willowdale
Yeah.
and our animals. I'm thinking we could probably have pack donkeys.
Yeah. Yeah, this
And-
property backs up to the Willowdale estate,
Enormous.
and so which is a real. It goes all the way to Ipswich,
you
Hamilton.
could ride from here on horseback over to Winthrop.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a lot of opportunity there, but we're the plan is that we're going to wait. We're
Well, there's so much to actually organise, and there's so many things that we have to cross off legally, you know, for access and waivers, etc.
Yeah.
Because the other part of it is that we're coming back to your mission with taking it back to veterans, and we're looking at the donkeys, the families coming in on the weekend. It's exceptionally expensive to take your children anywhere.
Yeah.
So we've got oodles of donkeys, goats,
certainly
chickens.
Yeah, so the veterans will be able to bring their families here.
Families.
Yeah,
And
and this
they-
is not going to happen until 2024
Yeah.
because we need
Oh, it
to give
could
the
happen
space.
tomorrow, though.
Well, we need the space for the service dog project
no.
in the meantime.
Well, you know,
Did it-
Oh, there we but plenty of space to share. Yes.
Yeah, I've had people come in here.
Oh yeah, we're bringing, but we're not doing the formal arrangement
Not
with
formal,
them.
But anybody
But-
who comes up the driveway, I'm not going to say, no, you got to wait for 2
Right?
weeks.
Yeah. No, we're
Yeah,
bringing
because-
in.
because we have to get our plans in place and do trial
Oh,
runs,
Yeah.
etc.
I know all that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
But there are people who wander in here.
Right.
And they're perfectly welcome.
Yes.
And there's also buses that come in of senior
There are
centers.
buses,
Yeah.
So when she goes to the
and
senior
they bring
center,
sandwiches with lunch for me.
And
Yes.
apples for the
Good
horses.
sandwiches.
Apples for the horses.
They
There
got
you
good
go.
sandwiches.
yeah,
Turkey
We like
sandwiches.
them.
We
We
like
like
their
that.
sandwiches and cookies.
But they
And you
sit on
know-
the swing set.
Yeah, and you know this man, this veteran service officer, he was telling me that they
Michelle. Yes, that's true.
that they really enjoy yoga,
December.
and they said, "And what about goats?"
Yeah,
And I'm like,
goat yoga.
goats and
Goat
yoga,
yoga.
not our goats.
Yeah, no, not our
We
goats.
need the little ones.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
the goat right there. He's
Yeah, yeah.
big fat thing. So
I think
he'd
so.
probably.
Yeah, that would probably
be
cause more
uncomfortable.
trouble.
Yeah.
That type of goat. Give me
And
the
that's the mule that we're supposed to ride.
Yeah, yeah,
That's Betty.
She's sharing the hay.
yeah. We're still working on trying to get the strong. We've got a little bit of a Wi-Fi set up here. We're trying to work on getting stronger Wi-Fi so we can continue to do.
The Wi-Fi thing's in that hut.
Yeah, in the hut here. Okay,
yeah.
so yeah. Well, I'm using the. You think I'm using the right Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we all have. It seems like we haven't gotten any black screens. I've seen some people having, a few people having sound issues, others with a black screen. But for the most part, I don't see a lot of people complaining. Where's going to be living in the meantime? Yeah, where are you going to be living in the meantime, Mom? Smile when you say that.
There's a teepee out here.
She's not going to live in the trailer. She's not going to live in the teepee. She's going to live in the guest house in the short term. Yes, and we're all going to be very happy.
I know when I move in the guest house, they won't come and visit me.
No, that's what we got the trailer for. It will, yeah. So do not worry.
Visit.
Her.
No, I can live in the trailer.
But you know what?
Yeah.
It's really hot down there in Carolina.
I know.
Yeah.
So I have
Yeah.
a feeling it's going to chase her up here somehow.
Yeah.
She'll end up in the teepee.
Yeah. No, I've got plenty of places
I
to
think
stay up here.
Janine's got plenty of options.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So I'm not worried about
You
that.
see her horse trailer?
We are just trying to keep the peace as best we
Actually,
can.
when we just started and we were bulldozing the place because it was just forest, we pulled in. I had a camper on the back of a pickup, which Tom and I lived in,
Uh-huh.
and she lived in the front of my big horse trailer.
Yes,
Right?
gooseneck. Yes, this is true.
Nice.
We climb up in there.
And they lived in a camper.
And the phone was on the gate up there, and Tom had emergency stuff all the time.
He's a doctor, so he had to take calls out of the.
He wore it.
A
It wasn't
pager.
right off. He ran in his underwear up there to answer the phone.
Yep,
And
this
it
is
was-
not a
it was
joke.
lively.
The
Yeah.
worst part about it is when it rained, I was in a trailer with a metal roof.
Right in your head.
Yeah,
Boom, boom, boom,
and I was
boom.
like, I don't know, 15 years
Some
old.
of the goosenecks are pretty big. They got some good. you
I
got
thought
some
she had
good
plenty of
space.
room.
Yeah, but you do have some good when you're young.
But I was like 15, trying to go to high school and be a cool kid, like a nice,
there's-
normal.
Yeah, she kind of objected to having to go to school and not quite being like the others.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Good space up there, though.
I don't know how I did.
I think we used to.
And Gwen, I don't know where was Gwen?
Yeah, where did you keep Gwen?
Yeah.
She didn't
Gwen
really-
went to college. She was
Oh.
already in college. Yeah,
By the time she came home,
we had the
guest
caboose.
house was up, and Tom and I were in the one room. All our furniture was in the door, like the garage door
Yeah.
thing. All our furniture was a great lump there because it had come out of a horse trailer. These kids were all in the hayloft, and there were more than my two. There was the I've forgotten her name.
Janine and
There
Gwen.
were the two riders, the two horseback riders.
Who?
Mother was a doctor. Fathers were a doctor.
Oh, Lisa, the
The
Simons.
Simons. They were upstairs too, weren't they? And how about Cindy?
Yeah, yeah.
They
It
were like,
was,
4 or 5.
yeah,
kids
because we had,
living in the house,
yeah,
and we managed.
yeah,
We could be going back to that.
yeah. No, we're not going.
Hosing
Yeah.
each other off in the yard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hosing.
no. That's
And then
not
you got the
happening.
caboose.
And then we got the caboose.
Yeah.
Right.
Where'd you get the caboose?
I bought the caboose in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Along
I
with
heard
2
they had a bunch of
cows.
them, and they did. You go to Erie, Pennsylvania, and there's 500 cabooses all lined up, and you go
Just
in and
pick
out
one.
of them. Huh?
Just pick one.
Yes.
big
That's
is
what I was about to say.
Sorry.
There we go. Yeah, you go in them and out of them, and they're all slightly different. And so I picked one that had a bathroom
Ooh.
and a cook
That they
stove
called a bathroom.
that they call a
Yeah.
bathroom,
Yeah.
and it left basically 6 people,
Oh, 6.
almost conveniently.
So it was like
As
a
long
sleeper
as
car.
pairs of people were friendly. I mean, it was kind of a narrow
Yeah.
double bed, but
And then she redid it, so it was a 1-bedroom, very small. It was like a tiny
it
house.
was a tiny house.
But the only problem,
And I have pictures of a woman who is now a retired judge
Oh yes.
Beth,
standing
yeah,
there going woo with a little bit too much tea.
yeah, yeah,
Yes, it was the caboose was, and it was right over there where the tea tent now is.
yeah, yeah.
So I mean, we've been around.
Yeah.
And I guess you could take it. Tell them about taking the caboose and attaching it to a train for free.
Train?
Oh yeah, they'll bring it up. They would bring it up from Erie, Pennsylvania, to my nearest Conrail yard. It has a great big number on the side, and you can call this phone number, and it will tell you exactly where that number car is,
Oh my goodness.
any hour of the day or night. And this, to get it here, it wandered all up through Vermont and all came. And finally, we get it down to Chelsea, and I had to have 2 cranes, 2 trucks,
Uh-huh.
to get it here, because when you pick up a caboose,
It comes off the wheels.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
You're wheelless.
So they're asking where. I don't have an answer to this.
I'm not done here.
Oh, sorry.
I'm picking the caboose up, and there is only 1 pin that comes down to hold those wheels.
On the. Yeah,
on
that's pretty.
the whole thing together. And so I had to have the truck for this with the holes in it, and I had to have a truck to carry the 2 sets of wheels. And I put the rails in place with a mule.
Which mule?
With a mule. How did we get that mule? I can't remember.
I don't remember that either.
It was a draft mule.
Yes.
And
Oh,
I-
Joshua.
Joshua.
Yeah, the roan mule. I don't know where we got him.
I don't know where we got him, but I used him to drag because those rails are heavy.
The part that that also with this trip to Pennsylvania, you came back with 2 miniature cows. And the reason that she went to Pennsylvania was to look at a carriage, not even to buy a caboose or the cows. And she came back with a carriage, a caboose, and 2 miniature cows.
At least she got the carriage.
Yes.
And one of the cows had a baby.
Yes, that's
One
true.
with a bull.
Yes, yeah.
A cow and a bull.
Yeah, and they weren't like Elvis. They chased me. Did not like that. So people are asking where people are going to stay. I'm trying to keep up with the questions. We've offered the trailer, and it's a lovely trailer, and I can turn around. Trying not to shake the camera, trying to keep everybody with Wi-Fi. The trailer, you guys have seen, it's parked right there, and there's Mike. It's awesome in the inside. It has a bedroom. It's got a bathroom, a working bathroom, a
AC.
stove, AC, heat. And they're perfectly.
Cuddly toy.
I know it's not ideal for anybody. I mean, I will live in that trailer happily. But for a weekend, people camp. You know, it's part of the adventure.
Well,
Yeah, because it's not something that you'll be in all day. You're going
Right.
there to sleep
Right.
when you're exhausted from having
Yeah, you know what?
walked
And
around here.
life for the Service Dog Project has always been fun and adventurous. If you're getting a service dog, it needs to be fun. And that just ties into it. So I don't see why it wouldn't be suitable, but
Do
they
you know
don't.
there's another really appropriate thing? And if you think outside the box, like we like to do, if you think about it, these dogs are meant to travel planes, trains, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. So I'm
We
sure
should
if
go over here.
you approached Marriott and said, I've got this program, I'd really like to have a recipient pair up with a dog,
Oh, they have no trouble with it.
I'm sure they would donate the space.
It's cheaper than going
Not
to like
quite.
a hotel or something nowadays.
Not quite.
That's probably.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfectly. There's places. There's plenty of room for. There's plenty of room in there for Great Danes and couches.
They have somebody coming to get a dog. I'm happy to. I'll go down and I'll go someplace else for the couple days and use the guest house. I have no problem. 2 or 3 days a year.
That's what I've always done too. So
I mean, it's not something that happens every day of the week around here.
Right.
When we start donating a dog, it's like once a year. So I mean, what are we arguing here?
Yeah. So we're trying to be positive. We just decided that it's best to try to be peaceful, and we've walked away from that whole legal battle.
However, it's not the safest thing for me.
Right. Just for everyone's sanity. I know my mother's not pleased about it, but everyone's sanity. We're all good. Well, no, I know.
I never promised to be safe.
But it was,
That's why we didn't ask you.
But yesterday it was my mother was looking pretty tired. I know it's been a long couple months, but now we're all good. We've got a plan, so we're good.
So we have these two.
Someone lives in an RV full time with a Dane and a chinchilla. It went by so fast I had a hard time reading it.
Do you want a chinchilla? I've got with Chihuahua.
Is it a Chihuahua? I couldn't.
I live in an RV full time with my Dane and my Chihuahua.
I have no trouble. Look, I have these two.
Shirley does.
I'm glad we still have them here.
Yeah.
Used to go camping all the
You
time.
better watch that goat doesn't nibble his butt.
I know, I was thinking his tail might be next. He was looking at him like he's gonna take his tail. He was like, "You're gonna touch my tail?" It was very nice.
Yeah.
But it's all good because we've actually got we've got a splendid program going forward. We've got lots of exciting things happening. We're trying really hard to keep tabs on you where you go during the week.
Yeah.
You just disappear out with duty.
Yeah. We only saw 82 last week.
Oh, well, you better.
I heard that from.
I know. I
Yeah.
said it's 100.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
there are there had been times it's been over
But
100.
it was a holiday last week. Do you remember
I know,
that?
it was a holiday. We did
You
that,
forget
so-
that.
Well, when we do your mid-year review,
Right.
you'll remember that.
Remember to write that down.
Yeah. That'll be included.
Unfortunately, with the rescue and Crazy Acres, nobody gets a day off. We're a little bit short staffed
No, you
and
don't.
and it's farm life. So
It has nothing to do with short staff. We don't. There's no such thing as a day
these
off.
damn
The
animals.
funny thing is, so the 3rd, which is obviously the day before the 4th, which was a hot. Yes, it was actually, even in America. So Carly said, "Oh, actually, it's the 4th tomorrow." Because I don't have food. And we were like, yeah, because we all forget that the next day everybody's having a
But
vacation.
fortunately, none of us had food, and the supermarket was open, and nobody was there.
I know.
That's smart, huh? That's a good idea.
Liquor store was closed.
You never know. You
Yes.
never know.
No.
That's the only thing that was closed was the liquor store.
And how would you know that?
Oh.
I was on my way to a party, I wanted
So you took water and fizzy drinks.
He brought
Excellent.
nothing.
He brought nothing.
Had nothing.
I said, sorry, I
And so
tried.
we should go to get cupcakes.
Yeah, we're hopeful. That's all I can say on that. We're hopeful.
Oh dear.
All right. What time is it? We're going to now. What?
5:32. We're doing really.
Yeah, we're going to try to stay on time. We're not going to do. Because first of all, we have that whole thing of hay to unload. So,
Did you want to dump it?
No, it's fine.
yeah, so we're going
The
to.
dumper might work because it's had a charger.
We're going to cut it at 5:35. Any last minute questions for anybody?
There's stacks of questions. You're way up the thingy.
Yeah, it don't matter.
And you know that tarp.
Yeah.
You know that tarp is what goes on over by the pond.
Julie, the main house is being sold to Elizabeth and her
That's a
husband
smaller
Nick.
tarp.
Oh, yeah, 20 by 16.
Whatever. That goes over
And
by
all
the
the
pond.
all the chinchillas, the birds,
Yeah.
the dogs, and the
Yeah.
children.
Yeah.
How about the pigeon? That's in
And the
my-
pigeon. Do you know my daughter's got that pigeon in her blinking bed at the moment?
Ah,
Pigeon?
Oh my!
sleeping with the pigeon.
God,
See,
yeah.
see, this is the kind of thing you
Fruit doesn't fall far from the tree.
I mean,
Yeah.
apple, yeah, right.
She loves that pigeon.
Yeah.
Thing's gonna get her bed dirty.
You just can't plan for stuff around here.
No.
They're smart,
No.
You
though.
can't have
They're pretty
meetings
smart.
to decide what's going to happen because that doesn't happen.
Right.
Ever.
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 You don't know how many people are talking about that swing either.
Oh, the swing that's over there.
That adult
Yeah,
swing.
yeah, yeah.
That thing is nice.
The guy could go in business and he'd make a fortune.
Is that the gentleman that used to be in the board?
Yeah.
Yeah. He did it.
Larkey is good. The vet was here this morning looking at some horses, and he also looked at Larkey, and he said that he's not sick enough to do anything about it. He's
No, he's psychologically upset.
Yeah.
yes,
We manhandled him, and he's not used to that.
yeah. So
You know,
he's
the bit about
he
you
doesn't
don't
have
use
any
your muscles
symptoms
control a
to
dog.
treat, but he's
Then
just
he's
not
not
quite himself. I was thinking we should give him a bath.
There's that prickly weed as well.
That's what I call
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was rhubarb.
No, I know what rhubarb is everywhere.
Our rhubarb, this rhubarb we've got here's got spikes on it. It's like medieval style rhubarb. Have you seen it?
Not the rhubarb, I know.
No. I used to eat rhubarb.
I don't think she knows what rhubarb
I
is.
wouldn't eat that stuff. God.
Go try.
No.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we're
that might
gonna
be good.
we're gonna what? Oh, okay. So that's all, folks.
It's like it's the that
Cartoon,
huge
yes.
Is it
cartoon.
Hanna-Barbera?
No,
No.
the
Looney Tunes.
yeah.
Well, that's not quite appropriate then, isn't
Hey,
it?
you know, the
I missed out on all that.
Tweety and
Do you remember? What was
Tweety Bird and
the Tweety Bird and Elmer Fudd and all the?
and
What is it that
cat.
what were they called?
The cat. Tweety Bird and the
Yeah.
black and
And
white.
Sylvester.
Yeah, Sylvester and Tweety
What was
Bird.
it? Disney World.
Sylvester.
What was it?
It was not Hanna-Barbera.
I just
All
remember
those
that.
names go together, I know.
Tweety Bird and Sylvester. You're
All right, we're
right.
gonna say goodbye to all these people so that we can figure this all out. Okay, so bye everyone. Hope you all have a great weekend.
There you go. Goodbye.
All right.
Have a good weekend.
Thanks for joining us. Sorry the internet connection may not have been perfect, but it was nice to be outside. All right, bye.